Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of March 19 through April the 1st, 2024. I'm now doing 6 signs a week, Aries through Libra 1 week, and Aries through Virgo, and then Libra through Pisces another week. So you are on the second half week, and if you do like these videos, do please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so that you will know when these videos come out if you want to know when these come out in the future, so you don't miss any videos. This is a reading for you if you're Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, or have another significant Aquarius placement in your chart. If you're returning to this channel, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome in. Hope this is going to be a good reading for you today. I do have some links down in the description box below to my website for my coaching business, my tarot, Reiki, astrology, and all the other services that I provide, and also to my social media. So you can check the description box below for those links if you are interested. And I wanted to explain to people who have not seen these readings before that I do the 12 houses of astrology. So I'm going to be reading according to the meaning of each astrological house, and then I'm going to be interpreting the cards in relationship to that house position. So the cards that I use Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche. That's my main deck. People have asked me, by the way, about this deck and wanting to know why they're expensive or why, and yeah, these are an out of print deck. So this is something I bought in the 1980s. I've been using them for, let me think now, this is going to be 37 years that I've been using, not this exact deck. I actually have had 3 decks, but this is the deck I've been using, which is why I prefer to use it as my main deck. And I'm going to be clarifying it with another deck. Usually it's tarot, but this week, excuse me, I'm going to be using the Black Moon astrology cards. And that is because we have some big astrological news on the horizon. We have 2 eclipses coming up, one on the 25th of March and one on the 8th of April. The first is a lunar eclipse, the second is a solar eclipse. And we also have Mercury retrograde going on, which is lots of planets retrograde, and those retrogrades often do affect different areas of our lives, but Mercury happens the most often because it happens at least 3 times a year, usually about 3 times a year. And it also seems to mess up the most things because Mercury is one of the planets, along with Venus, that is closest to us. And it does tend to, I guess like Venus and Mars, it's close to us as well, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. So it really does seem to mess up things like technology, communication, travel, things like that all can be affected by Mercury retrograde, which is perhaps why we are so aware of it. I did have a time when I used to work in an IT department, and I was aware of another IT director who would not do any upgrades if Mercury was retrograde. So yeah, it's something that people tend to take very, very seriously. Some people laugh it off, and how much influence it has as compared to having tech problems at other times, who knows, right? But ultimately, I do find that there does seem to be a shift or an effect, and sometimes more cataclysmic than others. So anyway, we are in a very intense astrological period, an intense period of transformation. So this is why I want to use these. Okay, so without further ado, let me get into your reading. So the first house is the house of Aries energy. So Aries is about your personality, how you present yourself to the world, how you identify, how you want others to see you. And okay, you've got Osiris with the Grand Trine. So this is really nice. Grand Trine is blessings. So this is a time when things are going to flow to you very easily, or at least it's going to seem that way to other people. Osiris indicates good judgment, having your feet on the ground, and it definitely is a card that says you can rely on your own judgment. So if don't let other people put you in doubt about anything, but you definitely are in the flow right now with the Grand Trine. The Grand Trine makes the energies of a particular element flow very easily. So some people have Grand Fire Trines, some people have Grand Water Trines, or Grand Earth Trines, or Grand Air, whichever sign. I happen to have a Grand Fire Trine in my chart. And they are, whatever element that they are connected to, things tend to flow very easily. So with a Grand Fire Trine, it's very easy to pick up and to act and to get into the flow of doing things and moving things along and manifesting things. Doesn't mean that no effort's required, but it does mean that there is sort of a natural flow there that comes to you. So you are definitely going to be naturally in the flow here, and you definitely can rely on your judgment. Second house is Taurus energy. Taurus has to do with your finances primarily. And we have Isis with Uranus. Now it's interesting because Uranus currently is in Taurus in the actual sky right now. Uranus has been in Taurus for a few years, and those of us who are Taurus, because I happen to be a Taurus as well, know very well the effects of Uranus and Taurus. But this does tend to bring surprises. It can turn things upside down. It can make things that are unexpected. If you have a nice, neat plan, it could take your nice, neat plan and go, that was an odd noise what I made, but it could absolutely mess things up for you with Uranus here. But it can also bring unexpected surprises that are good too. I mean, this is often the time when if we've been pushing ourselves along a track that is, persisting along a track that's not good for us, we may be derailed from that, but for a good reason. Now we have it with Isis. So Isis is definitely a card of, to me, the first phrase that comes into my mind here is self-care. So I feel like there's some of you who have been working your behinds off, and you may be feeling, you may be careful because it may be saying you may be in for a little bit of a derailment here with something. What form that's going to take, I'm not clear on, but it is happening in the Taurus house, so it does have something to do with your finances. It may be just saying that it may be time for you to slow down, take care of yourself. Isis is also strong mother energy, so maybe for certain women here, I'm just looking at the 5th house. Okay, I don't particularly see children, but sometimes this can come up if somebody's going to become a mother, which certainly would derail anything that somebody's doing if they were at work or at a particular job. So, or somebody's mother maybe could be a factor. So I don't know. But Isis has that strong mother energy, but also an energy of nurturing, compassion, and also patience. So take it as it resonates here, but it does seem like there could be some surprises coming in here, something that's going to kind of, throw caution to the wind or kind of turn things upside down. But sometimes turning things upside down gives you a better perspective on them. So it's not, I wouldn't translate that as a negative, but just something that's very out of the blue. Okay, 3rd house is Gemini energy. This is where Mercury resides, and we're talking about Mercury retrograde. I'm trying to see if you have the Mercury retrograde card. You don't. Okay, but nonetheless, this is going to be the area where things can be amorphous because Mercury is the planet that's going retrograde and it rules Gemini. And this has to do with communications, messages of all kinds, self-employment. If you are self-employed, it would apply here. It's the house of self-effort. It has to do with short distance travel and also with sibling relationships, so between brothers and sisters. Okay, and we have Bast with Pisces. Okay, so this is very watery energy in this house. Pisces definitely indicates things that are cloudy, okay? Now this can indicate imagination, escapism, intuition. This is more the realm. This is a very ungrounded kind of a card with Pisces energy. I mean, again, it has the nice thing about it is that gentle, compassionate, loving energy that we're also seeing over here in the 2nd house. Maybe that's part of it here, but this also can bring confusion, and it can also, we may not, when we're in a Piscean state of mind, it can be very pleasant, but we may not be seeing things for what they really are. So be careful, especially with the retrograde coming up, that you are seeing everything actually as it is. With Bast, there's definitely this sense of what this is a card that has to do with music, dancing, the arts. It has to do with it's definitely a card that has to do with getting attention, liking to be seen. So it could be that maybe there's somebody who you want to be seen by. Okay, maybe this could have to do with love for some people. I don't know. But there could be somebody who or someone whose attention maybe you want to get for something to do with business, or maybe you're trying to increase your social media presence or something. Like there could be some reason that you want to be noticed here. But again, there may be a lot of dreaming here and maybe not a lot of concrete stuff going on. So do be aware that with retrograde, that kind of a thing may be slow to move ahead. I mean, Bast here is not a negative card. It is the card of happiness. But it also says give others their due in order to receive, if you give as you wish to receive and happiness will be yours, is how it's said. But there's also a strong intuitive thing too. So if you get gut feelings about something, but that's not been made clear in what's been communicated, you probably want to listen to your gut. Okay, 4th house, this is Cancer energy. This has to do with your home, your family, your ancestry. It can also have to do with the mother in particular. And I feel like it has to do with home also in the sense of being at home, of feeling secure, okay? So we have Earth with Chiron. Okay, so with Earth, this is definitely a secure card. Definitely is connected to finances. Maybe somebody's buying a home or selling a home because there could be money that's coming from the home. Or maybe you work from home or work in real estate or something like that. But there definitely seems to be this idea of finances that come out of the home space. So, or maybe it's connected with the family. Maybe there's money coming in from the family in some fashion. Now, it can also indicate a need to wanting to be grounded, rooted, and secure. So this definitely isn't a card of moving per se. Like I said, unless you've just sold a house. If that's not the case, then this would be about wanting to be rooted, as opposed to if you had gotten water or air, which would be about movement and action. So there's definitely this sense of wanting to be rooted, wanting to be secure. And we have it with Chiron. Now, Chiron is an asteroid. In astrology, it's an asteroid. In mythology, it's the centaur who is the wounded healer. Okay, and a Chiron. So this has to do with where your wound is. So there's something here for somebody here connected to family. There's some kind of a wound that may be triggered during this retrograde period in particular, or from the eclipses. And wounds take all kinds of forms, but often they have to do with ways in which we feel misunderstood, not heard, or rejected. And in the family house, it may be that we feel like we're seeing this kind of looking for attention over here. It could just be that maybe we feel that our family is not giving us the attention, or maybe somebody else in the family is, something that they're doing is being noticed or recognized or whatever, and we may feel like we are a little bit more in the background. So just be aware here that there could be something here. It'd be good to look at your astrological chart. Chiron is currently in Aries, but you may want to see where Chiron is in your own chart to see where it's transiting in your chart to see where that might be, that effect might be occurring. But there definitely seems to be some family wounds that might be triggered, and also there seems to be a desire here for security. I don't know. It could also be if somebody's selling, say, a family home. Maybe that's going to be triggering some old wounds. That's a possibility there as well. That'd be a very specific message, but those are some possibilities there. Okay, fifth house is Leo energy. This has to do with creativity, with children, with love affairs, and wow, what a great combination! You've got wing disc with the Jupiter return. So this is really a good card for you, Aquarius. It's definitely if you are somebody who does some kind of creative work, whether it be art, whether it be writing, whether it be dancing, as I've said, music, any other kind of creative thing that you do. It could be making crafts, it could be building stuff, whatever it is. This is a very, very good card because Jupiter return indicates obstacles being lifted and success. If you are looking for love, okay, if you are single and wondering about your dating prospects, or maybe you have your eye on someone and want to know how successful it'll be, this is potentially very good news. Jupiter with the wing disc could even indicate somebody who has some kind of celebrity or status, or somebody who's known. That's possible, or just somebody who's an expert in something, because Jupiter has that effect. But this is the Jupiter return card. So I feel like there's something here. Either there's going to be financial benefit coming from something. This could be having to do with a love affair. It could have to do with a creative project. With children, this could also be something connected to one of your children. Maybe you have a child who's going to be doing something that is going to give them great visibility and abundance. So take it as it resonates here. But this is definitely a very good omen. And if you are a creative person, maybe a creative person who hasn't, maybe he's been thinking about doing a side hustle or wants to get in their own business or do something, this is definitely a good omen for doing something creative. Okay. Sixth house, this is Virgo energy. This has to do with health, healing, with worry. And also if you are working, this is the card of service. So this would be somebody who you might be employed for, who you're working for and get paid for, or it could be volunteer work. It can also have to do with pets occasionally as well. Now we have Leo with pyramid here. Okay, so what we have here is a test situation, something that's going to be resolved with time. And pyramid in this house, okay, so if this is about a worry, this could be something that has been testing or challenging to you, or maybe it's a situation at work, or maybe even a health situation. Maybe there's something that you've had something and it's going to be taking a little bit of time for it to fully heal. But pyramid does indicate good news eventually. It has kind of an initiatory quality, so there's this idea of going deeply into things on a more of a mental or maybe emotional level. But this could be just something that that's been a challenge that will be resolved with time. Now we have it with the Leo card. So Leo, as we mentioned with the 5th house, this has to do with all the same things that are mentioned there. And also just, with just being recognized, with being seen. That's why I think the strong Jupiter energy there indicates, wow, either you or a loved one or a child, somebody's really going to be seen, or you're going to be seen for the work that you're doing. The fact that you have Leo here makes me think that you are going to be recognized for some kind of work that you are doing, okay? And even if that recognition doesn't seem to come right away, it will be something that comes with time. If this is about a health matter, Leo is very strong solar energy, it's sun energy, so I don't know. I mean, it would definitely be the idea of shining a light on something, but it's a very, very positive card. This is not a negative card in any way. So I don't know. I would suggest that if there's something that's been going on with health that you've been unsure of, certainly, of course, I always recommend people go see your physician. Don't rely on my readings or anything as far as your health goes. But this might be saying, the need to recognize or shine a light on something, and perhaps it is something that will be dealt with and, solved within time. So, again, that's not going to be for everybody, but take it as it resonates. 7th house is Libra energy, and Libra has to do with partnerships. So legal partnerships in particular. So as opposed to the love affairs that we see here, this would have to do with marriages, any kind of domestic partnership where there's a legal implication. Business partnerships, also contracts and things like that would be covered by Libra. And wow, okay, we've got Sirius with Pluto. Okay, so in the partnership realm, if we're talking about love and partnership, if that's what your interest is here, we are talking about a strong and physically active partner. And of course, this is the card of Aquarius, by the way. So I don't know, this could be, I don't think this represents you. This tends to represent the partner here. So this could be a strong and physically active person, maybe somebody who deals in physical fitness or something like that. I don't know. But we have it with Pluto. So if you are getting into a relationship, this could be a deeply transformative one. Now, Pluto can bring endings as well, but I don't know why. That was not the first thing that jumped into my head. I feel like whoever this message is for about transformation in a relationship, it's more about a relationship that's about to get deeper. But of course, as things get deeper, there could be some conflict. Jupiter returned down here. If we're talking about a love affair that we're thinking about we're hoping are going to turn into a marriage, then this would be indicating that there's going to be an expansion of some kind. That something is going to, there's definitely a broadening of horizons. This is not a card that suggests to me loss or losing somebody. But you could have a karmic relationship, or you could have some kind of a challenge you're dealing with around a relationship. Now, if you are married, or if we're dealing with a business partnership or some other kind of partnership, this could be a situation, this could be part of your test over here. There could be some kind of a testy situation, because Pluto always brings karmic challenges. So, so there could be something going on. There could be a relationship situation if you feel like something's a struggle, or maybe it's triggering some of these issues that we have down here. It's because there's something karmic about this relationship, and it's coming around. Again, Pluto right now is in Aquarius, actually. That's another big thing. So for some people watching this reading, at least the way that Pluto in Aquarius may manifest for you, even if you have an Aquarius sun, like I said, this is Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, or another significant Aquarius placement. It could be that where this is going to affect you, maybe in the area of relationships. So there could be a new significant, powerful relationship coming in for you. Again, this could be somebody strong, physically active, physically attractive. But also, Sirius can also represent breadth of vision. It can represent a need to have strength in a situation or to endure something. So there could be just something of a struggle right now, but I think if that is the case in your relationship, this is saying there's something about this Pluto in Aquarius. This is literally Pluto in Aquarius. It's going to be, challenging a relationship and pushing it to new levels in some way. Or if you are looking to be involved with somebody, you may be entering into such a relationship, okay? Okay, 8th house, Scorpio energy. This is the house of transformation and also of other people's money. Okay, so we start with Nephthys. Okay, so Nephthys is that which is hidden. It's Pisces energy. It's that which is just around the corner, but we have not seen it yet. It's something that is definitely coming, but so it's this isn't a no card for a situation, but there could be some change that you are waiting on that has not happened yet. okay? Now, we have this with the 11th house card, which is also an Aquarius card, okay? So that's interesting, because 11th house is the house of Aquarius, but it's the card of friendship, okay, and also of destiny. So yeah, this could be about a friend or somebody who is going to, whatever's going to be put in motion for you, maybe is going to come out of your friend group, okay? It could be friends that are going to be making something happen for you, or or going to, whether intentionally or by accident. We've got this Uranus energy straight across in the second house, so I don't know, maybe there's going to be some kind of an offer or something coming in from friends. But this is also, remember, the house of destiny, the 11th house. So and coupled with this in the house of transformation, I don't know, I feel like you are, not to sound corny here, but seems like you're on the edge of destiny, if I can put it that way. But what that exactly means right now is not being revealed with Nephthys. So, but just be aware, something's brewing, even if you can't see it right now. Now let's go to the 9th house, which is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius has to do with expansion. It's that Jupiter expansion. It has to do with long distance travel. It has to do with higher education, learning, extended learning, philosophy, religion, deep thought, spiritual thought. Institutions connected to that is all part of this house. Sometimes legal matters as well. Okay, now we have Sagittarius in the Sagittarius house. So there you go. So that does seem to be an indication of long distance travel, or perhaps of going back to school for something. If you've already got enough degrees, maybe you don't want to go back to school, or maybe you are thinking about going back to school, and this would certainly encourage you to do so if you are. Or maybe there's going to be some kind of learning or a retreat that you go on, or something of a deeply spiritual nature is also possible with Sagittarius here. But there's definitely, this is also a card of freedom. So if there's any situation where you felt restricted, this is definitely about setting yourself free as well. So you have it with Urias, though. So again, there's this element of what's not expected. So we've got Urias, we've got the Uranus card down here, and then we've got Nephthys over here. So these are all cards that indicate something's coming in that's unexpected. Now, maybe this is somebody who's at a distance. Maybe if you work in higher ed, there's going to be an unexpected job opportunity or a change in a job or something. I don't know. Or if you're in some kind of a spiritual field. But Urias generally indicates something is not as it appears to be with Urias. It also indicates that you may want to keep something a secret, okay? For right now. This is definitely a card of secrecy. This and the Sphinx card tend to be cards of secrecy in this deck. And so, I don't know. So maybe you've got some kind of a plan. Maybe something is going on here, but I don't know. I feel like Urias is either saying keep something a secret or something's coming in out of the blue. And whatever it is, I mean, it definitely proves to be horizon expanding. And who knows, this could be connected with these relationships here, because you have this strong Jupiter and you have this strong success energy down here in this house. This could be connected with the job for some people too, because you've got this strong Leo energy over here as well. But yeah, very, very, very transformative stuff going on around here right now. Though, as this points out, it's not really, between this Pisces energy and the Pisces energy here, I just think it's still not clear. And it may be something that doesn't become totally clear until after retrograde. So just keep that in mind. And retrograde, by the way, ends April the 24th. Okay, so now we're looking at the 10th house, Capricorn energy. Capricorn is about your career, your fame, your reputation. Sometimes has to do with father energy. Okay, so we have air here. So two possibilities here. One, you could be changing jobs, okay? Or you could have a job that deals with communication or with travel. You could be traveling for work. Yeah, communication, travel, and also there could be messages that are coming back and forth, or just something that's moving very, very quickly here. Air can also indicate friendships, connections, communications. Again, strong Aquarian energy here with the air card, even though air is technically Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Can be any one of those signs. And we have it with Virgo energy. So Virgo is about getting organized, decluttering, tying up loose ends. And to me, what this says is that somebody's leaving their job and it's time to tie up loose ends. Okay, that's a definite message for somebody. If that doesn't apply to you, if you say, no, I'm in my job, I'm staying put, I'm not changing my career, everything's the same, then there's still going to be some kind of very swift changes coming in of some type. and you still want to be prepared. The fact that I'm seeing all this Jupiter energy down here, I don't know. I feel like this is actually a good thing. Like you could even be recognized for something, or something that you've been trying to get going is going to suddenly take off and move ahead. So yeah, Virgo's definitely saying tie up loose ends at work, whichever meaning it ends up being for this. But something's coming in very quickly. So let's look at your 11th house. This is Aquarius house, okay? Friendships, networks, business partnerships, also goals, destiny. And yeah, we have the twins here, okay? So remember, we have this transformative relationship over here, and we have this Jupiter energy here. And we have this 11th house energy in the 8th house. So the twins here definitely indicates a partnership of some kind. Now, whether or not, now this is in the friendship house, so this does seem to be a friend that's going to be significant here. A friend or somebody in your business network, maybe a business partner, somebody like that, who is going to somehow be significant to you. They're going to have something to do with the changes that are going on. Maybe they're connected to business opportunities. Maybe they're connected to this new relationship or new partnership. Maybe it's a friend who's going to become a more serious, committed lover or something. I mean, all those things are possible. You're not necessarily going to mean all of those things, but those are all possible. Now we have it with the water element card, and water. The meaning of this card is basically let matters flow. Okay, so I feel like, again, you've got a lot of water energy. You've got Pisces down here. What else did I see it? You've got. Did I see the water card? Yeah, you have water card over here. Yeah, there's just a whole lot here that's suggestive of transformation and deep change. Not all of it is, yeah, you got Nephthys over here. Yeah, like I said, Nephthys, Pisces. Yeah, there's like a lot of Piscean energy here, which again, we are still in the time of Pisces, so that does kind of make sense. But this would be saying, yeah, this is going to be another go with the flow situation. What's felt is going to be more important than what's seen. So there's definitely, I feel like, you may be feeling like things are foggy, like you don't know how things are going to move ahead. Maybe you have all kinds of plans and goals. Maybe you have some possibilities about relationships or possible opportunities. You're not seeing them. Get yourself prepared because they're coming. And yeah, somebody who's currently in your friend group or your networks or maybe someone even you know on social media is going to help you move things ahead. Okay, and now let's look at the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. What's hidden, what you might be afraid of, what you don't show to others, what might be in the realm of imagination. And yeah, wow. Water card again with 6th house, which is Virgo energy. Yet again, 6th house of routine. It's opposite the 6th house here. So all the things connected to 6th house, health, worry, job, things like that. With the meaning of this card, has to be with, again, decluttering, organizing, tying up loose ends, paying attention to your routine, making changes to your routine. Sometimes this card shows up when our routines are being disrupted. And of course, with Uranus down here, our routines might be disrupted. We might be called upon to do something totally different. And again, we have the air card up here. So those two things check out. And yeah, we've got it with water. So more water in the water house. So this is about change and flow. This could be something that you're afraid of right now. Maybe you're thinking like, oh no, what is this change going to mean? How is it going to change my life? How is it going to upset the apple cart, so to speak? But I feel like don't worry about the disruption in your routine. Go with the flow here. Everything is telling you to go with the flow because you are being pushed in a direction, and there is going to be somebody, some kind of partner or friend of some type who is going to help you move in this direction. Most definitely. And wow, overall, if you are looking for love, Aquarius, we got Venus with the Ankh. Now, the Ankh is the love card, one of the love cards, the main one, really, in Cartouche. And Venus, of course, is the planet of love. And also material things, sensuality, luxuries, things like that. So it's almost like you've got double love and double luxury here, okay, as an overall. So, I don't know, some of you definitely maybe have met somebody new. You may be on cloud 9 over the moon, or if not, seems like you are going to. But if that's not in the picture right now, if you say, no, I'm not meeting anybody, then certainly what we have here is this idea that you are, definitely there's going to be a focus on love, what you're passionate about, and maybe even on luxury and on taking good care of yourself. So very, very strong, passionate, like deep energy of love and loving life here. But again, be aware that it's retrograde. So yeah, there's a lot of, kind of watery, well, Venus is Earth technically, but there's a lot of energy around emotions here. Okay, there's a lot of emotional energy, but you do have this Virgo in 6th house energy saying, keep your feet on the ground a little bit too, and just keep your eyes open, and yeah, you've got this earthy grounding here in your home. You may be triggered by some things during this period, but yeah, but I just feel like there's going to be some situation where you're going to feel like you're on cloud 9, and there's going to be a lot of love, but it is reminding you to tie up loose ends, because whatever's going on, this is just going to be the beginning of something, of a big change that's coming in. All right, now let's do your essential oil oracle card for the week. Okay, so let's see what we have. What does Aquarius need to know? Okay, so the card we got is uplifting, okay? And I will read to you what it says. We've got the word cheerful at the top. The trigger statement is, I am powerless. The true statement is, I am excited to see what the future brings. The future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. So yeah, be optimistic, Aquarius, because this looks really good. And if you are somebody who's been looking for love, then this is an amazing reading. If you're looking for love, you're going to have some really very visible partner. And you're going to be getting into a very deeply transformative relationship if that's what you're looking for. If you are already married, then there could be some transformations within your relationship, and it could also just be work, creative projects, your visibility, something happening through your social networks and your friend groups, but unexpected financial things coming in. But you've got this grand trine here. You're on top of the world right now, so everything is actually looking great. But again, with all this Nepenthes, all this Piscean energy in here, it is telling you that some things may be a bit nebulous right now, and you may have to wait a little bit. So yeah, just be cautious during the retrogrades and the eclipses, but I feel like, good things are opening up for you. That's it for this week, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose, and do subscribe and hit bell notification. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.